So we now need to add an upper boundary for the left paddle, and if you open up your Pong game and you play it, I'm going to press the up key on the left paddle, and right there the paddle should stop. Like, even if I'm pressing the W key, the paddle shouldn't be able to move upward, right? But the way that our game is set up, it continues to move up off the screen and off into negative Y values or Y positions for the paddle. So we need to go ahead and fix that. And so if we take a look at our game loop, here's our game loop, and this is the branch that's detecting if the W key is being pressed, and if it is, then the PL up is equal to true. Then we come on down to here, and yeah, PL up is true, so we're subtracting 5 from the Y position of the left paddle, which is putting it at a higher position when we go ahead and blit the left paddle's surface onto the screen at this X and this changing Y that is dependent on the W and the S key. Okay, so we need to add to this here. Okay, we got to make it a little bit more complex, and what we're going to do is we're going to have to add a branch statement that says if PL underscore Y, PL underscore Y is less than 0, then we are going to set PL underscore Y equal to 0. Okay. And then here we can do else. So if PLY ever gets to negative, so let's say PLY was equal to 0, and then on this iteration, it was equal to 0, and it comes in here, and this is true. So then we're gonna come into the else, and the PLY is equal to 3, and we come in here, and this is true. So 3 is not less than 0. That's not true. So we do the else, and then we say 3 minus 5, which gets us to -2. We blit the paddle at -2. We come back into the for loop. This is true. And then this is now true because PLY is equal to -2, right? So if PLY is equal to -2, we don't want to do this anymore, moving the paddle further up. We're just going to go ahead and stick it at 0. So PLY is not going to equal to -7. It's not going to do this calculation. It's going to set it equal to 0. So this way we can limit the boundary of the paddle to the top of the screen. So let's go ahead and run that. I'm going to hold down the W key, and you can see there that it's not allowed to go further up. But we get this little bit of, this little bit of moving up and moving down. And I guess we want to fix that. We don't want that to happen. So maybe we can add to this. And maybe we could change this and say, if PLY minus P underscore speed is less than 0, less than or equal to 0, then PLY is going to equal to 0. So I think that's going to fix our problem here. Yes, it does. So now it doesn't do that jittery motion, and it just sticks to the top of the screen. And what was the reason for that? The reason was that PLY was equal to, let's say, 1, and then 1 was not less than 0, so then PLY was equal to -4, and then we blitted the paddle at -4. We come back into the while loop. This is true. PLY is now less than 0, and we set it to 0. So it was setting from -4 to 0, which was causing that jittery motion. So instead of doing that, we're just going to go ahead and check this math expression, see if that is less than 0, and if it is, then we'll just go ahead and set the Y to 0.